Everyone's doing my way.
Alright, let's see. I need to reconfigure things here in order to do this. Alright, it's been a while. I'm going to see if I can actually get this thing rolling. What happened? Is that what you're asking? Alright. Alright, so we've got a crash on disconnect with different players. So I'm going to see if I can reproduce that locally. What's the best way to do that? I need a bunch of clients. They all need to connect. I need to have this right net version. Probably build a shipping build via the editor. And then I can bring them in. Though first maybe I should see if bots make it happen. I'm gonna get some water. Alright, so I got that running. Go ahead and close that. Is this thing on? There we go. So let's see, it's a crash on disconnect. Somebody disconnects in the game, then we crash. Alright. So I'll try making a game, getting a bot, kicking the bot, and seeing if it all falls apart. Maybe we can reproduce it that way. Man, that's great though. Like everything is kind of works. How insane is that? You're back. Well, I'm back to coding now. Alright, it's a 2-minute match. That's too long. Let's see. Game options. Let's actually go ahead and mute everything. Save that. So I'm going to spawn some bots. Alright, so now that we've got those, let's kick a few of them. And let's end the match. Alright, so that didn't trigger it. So do we have to be connected as a client? Let's see. Alright, so spawn that client, we'll see how this goes. We need to be in a level. Yeah, the project is soft release, that's right. Though, I guess time probably flies a little bit faster when I'm not streaming for like 3 months. We went into like ship mode and that was it. I needed to work on stuff. Alright, let's also change our settings here. Editor startup, arena test. Got that checked out. Very good. See if we can get the client to crash. If it's just a client crash, that would explain why the servers never had any problems. So Viral's booted up a second client over on my other screen. And it should connect here in a little bit. See if he connects before the end of the frickin' match here. Alright. Is he gonna join? Oh, he just booted up, he didn't actually join the server. Alright. Well, that's fine. Can it not join? Client version didn't match our server version didn't match. You're trying to join some version game. Local network version 5, remote network version blarg. Alright, I'm gonna need to take that command line argument off for that net version. My stream did? Is it back on? Oh, I think I just went in and accidentally clicked stop stream because I'm an idiot. That's great. Could my lag be because I'm on the other side of the world? No. Obviously, no. Speed of light has nothing to do with this. You know, if you're gonna have a crash bug on launch, at least it's at the end of the damn match. You know, like, match is over. Congratulations, crash. At least it's not halfway through, like somebody like slide hits the ball and a player in the same frame, and then it explodes, and then you just like you're in the middle of some epic match, and then somebody does that. And, oh, that's awful. All right, so we're gonna spawn in a bot. We're gonna wait for this thing to just add a lot of bots. Because the other thing could be, like, the reason I haven't seen it before is because the matches actually have to end. Yeah, it might be simple. What is this? Alright, well, the player reset time stuff, copy that. That's something else that might be busted. Shouldn't be in the logs. Quick, I gotta kick him. And let's see if anybody blows up here. Yeah, no crash. So does it have to be a player? Does it have to be a dedicated server? Well, let's get 2 clients. I guess I could always just connect to one of the running prod servers and just blow it up. Because I can override the net version and connect anyway. May also be that they need to have done something like score. Alright, so everybody's going to have to hit the ball. Let's do that. Alright, this guy's going to leave. Alright, so he left. Match is finished, and client did not crash. Anything in that log, though? Alright, so we got the user added back. There are 2? What is that? Why is there a blank user? Testing and prod? Yeah. Well, that's what a soft launch is for, right? Alright, so this guy hadn't actually touched the ball, so I'm going to try doing that. So let's try scoring. Alright, and then we'll exit. And still no crash. Alright, well, that's unfortunate that it's going to be difficult to track down like this. Guess we gotta run that dedicated server. Isn't the indicator perfect there? Yeah, I didn't even notice that it was actually, working because it wasn't wrong, you know? I guess I could also log this out in prod. Might be an easy thing. We'll see if I can repro it here. It might be a shipping only thing. I've had plenty of those sorts of pains in my ass. Alright, so if we exit this guy. No, doesn't break. Well, shit. Why? Why, God? Alright, well, what's the net version of... Yeah, let's just try logging the prod build. How about that? Debugging stuff when you're on a shipping build is a real pain in the ass, especially when it's edge condition stuff like this. Let's see, what net version are we on? Well, fuck it, I'll just run in prod build and just do dash log. What the hell am I thinking? So I'm gonna need 2 clients though. Alright. Let's go join a game that nobody's in. Yeah, it's a good one. Should use my 3rd account. Alright. There we go. So we'll join this one. Ah, and it's just ending here now, too. Cool, so I will exit to menu. Ah, it didn't crash. It didn't crash. What was that garbage? Okay, so it's gonna be something even more complicated. Is what's gonna go on. Oh, this might be it. That might it just occurred to me. The game state has the players that hit you. So what might be happening is, since that person disconnected and they hit you, that's got to be it. So if I run this guy over here, and I just punch me in the face a whole bunch, and all that, and then I exit, then I'm totally gonna crash later. It's not crashing in JavaScript land. It's gonna be crashing. It's gonna be crashing in C++ land somewhere. Yeah, it has a link. Oh, I know exactly what the repro steps are. You know, it's when somebody disconnects. It doesn't matter how many games. We had plenty of games where I tested it. I would leave the game after like halfway through it, even if it was the first match we had done. So I'm very confident that it's something here. So it's gonna be inside of. It's gotta be the fucking game state. So something in here is gonna be screwing with stuff. Okay, and it's gonna have to do with other players. So game state, no, not game state, player state, right? Because we keep track of stuff. We've got, yeah, this player-specific player stats array here for player stats, and this is going to become null on the proxy actor. 246. All right. It's replicated using, and it's going to be at the end. So it's going to be when we access the data. So get touches for player proxy values. Find it by the proxy. Stats player proxy actor equals proxy stat lookup. Get touch stats for player. All right, let me return the address to the stats at the lookup location. God, I wonder what the hell that even does for something that's gone now. Stats lookup is a U property. Maybe I need to have like some sort of unique ID here. Oh yeah, it has a link. Oh, we debugged that live on stream pretty much. And when we found in it the solution, it was like, well, I mean not the solution, but the issue. Now the question is, did people really join the game that I'm trying to debug? Those bastards. Tell them to get the hell out of my server. I'll do something. I'll kick you guys off the platform. I'll ban you. Take away your free codes. Alright, so data available for the player. It's also been a really damn long time since I looked at all this. So stats lookup, we're going to add the proxy. Based on this stuff, we're going to find it. If this is null, we're not going to do anything. Alright, so let's see. Where do we call this in our project? $17 seconds? Alright. I'm kind of distracted because I don't want to miss this log when I crash here. Because it might close it off. I want to get it right when it does it. Didn't fucking crash? But then again, you see, I'm not in the stats. Ambient Energy 101 isn't there. All right, I'll have to wait another 5 minutes there, and then I'll put it. So it's going to be something where the game state replicates um, somebody that's no longer there, and at times there's not enough time. It's not getting cleaned out. All right, so stats. Get touch stats for player. Stats touches. User ID equals player user ID. Get touch stats for player. So we're only using these during the match. Well, I am confused then, because it's not doing what I would have thought. So I'll have to go look that up. Where am I accessing this garbage from the UI? Alright, so we're looking for the stats stuff. Alright, so player specific stats. Fill from dat, user ID, fill from dat touches. And then we'll leave right before the game ends. We'll see what happens with this. Alright, so I'm showing up on the stats at least for everything. It might also be that I have to hit him and then he has to leave. You know? That might be the thing, is if it's the other player, that like we've got a player and he's looking up the other player. There we go. Alright, we were creating the game post-game screen, and then we crashed right there. There's nothing else. We're loading a URL, we're loading left side victory. Alright, let's see. Where do crashes go? Unreal shipping. Alright, how to debug in a crash in a shipping bill? Yeah, I need to know. Well, it's gonna have to do with... Ooh, there we go. Okay. Could not start crash report client.exe. Okay, so it tried to make the crash report client. Did I strip it out? Yeah, if you can find the bugs, God, that'd be pretty cool. So it's going to be in engine binaries 164. Engine binaries 164. CEF subprocess. All right, so we've stripped out the crash reporter, which probably is a bad thing. Let's see if it'll let us attach. No. That's the CF subprocess, so it's not going to do jack. Alright, so that's what it was doing. And it crashed. Match ended. Post game ending 2-3-21. We are creating the screen, and then when it created the screen, it crashed. Creating the screen. Well, let's go to the post game screen and see what it touches. Because the UI is the thing that drives most of the game. Alright, so when it starts up, it's going to call brackets at game data. Set widgets for post game, left team score, right team score. Ensure for team. Team get player. We're going to set for post game. Game state timer, getting the clock string. It's got to be something special about the post game screen. Like there's something about it. Because otherwise, like the stats would crash. during the game after somebody disconnects. How the hell are we even accessing this stuff? Not. It's been a long time since I've looked at all this stuff, so I'm still trying to get my bearings about where I am. Alright, so left team stats container. Alright, so we're building out all our divs manually in code because we're so fucking dumb. Alright, we got net stats, gameplay stats, goals, touches, all these sorts of things. User stats holder map. Your stats to buy. Well, let's take a look. So if we just like take off all this garbage entirely, like we have no logic here. We don't get any stats, we don't get any of that stuff. Is it match stats updated? Is it actually the stats? I just don't see anything in here that would blow everything up like this. Well, maybe we can just crack open the running game and do that. Set manager update, check map, do bug stuff, get layer, game stats, toggle, always show post game stats, match stats updated. Alright. Alright, we'll boot up another client here. I'll find one that's almost over. Nah, travel is not happening during that time. It's the same level. So it literally has something to do with the post-game state and that sort of stuff. Bad request message null. Whoops. That's gonna kick me. Alright, so I'm gonna have to go run over and hit myself and hit me. So 102 is not in the stats here. Didn't even get to my alerts. Let's see if I can get anything by attaching. Yeah, we loaded stuff up here. Alright. Get a player state, unlocking, ending play 14-0, user block, external type was. Alright, that's all fine. That's for the stats screen. I didn't even enter the post-game screen here. Well, then what we've got to do is see what our net version is. Match it and connect to prod. We should do that. Net version should be $7.99. I wish this was easier to fix, but when you've got just not a whole hell of a lot to go on, and you haven't touched the system in 2 million years. Because what I'd like to do is I'd like to get this fixed in the next hour or two, get a build, and then deploy that build, and then tomorrow or whatever, we'll we'll be good enough to put the buy button on this thing. So I selected the wrong platform environment. Does anything else happen in the post game screen? I mean, it's got to be the stats and player objects, because the actors are gone, so it's going to be something around that sort of thing. The only thing that even has references to players is the damn stats. Well, then what is our net version if... Wait... Oh, I got the command line wrong. Alright, Cakes. Well, we're not fully online, right? But we're kind of online. We're not selling the game yet. So, we're still kind of halfway. You know, we're like that cat that you let out and you open the door and he's just standing there looking outside and then looking back at you like, well, what? Yeah, those thumbs. They're it's just like playing Smash Brothers. You just get screwed up fingers after a while. Yeah, thanks. Hopefully I fix that crash issue with disconnection, and we will be good to go. You're running an incompatible version. Why? Why? That version is $7.99. can't I join? I wrote this code. Fuck. Alright, so it's a different thing. It's going to be the hash of things. Maybe it's got it in the logs here that I can grab it, but I didn't see it earlier. That version, yeah, it's got them. Alright, so I need to snag that. Yeah, just having to refamiliarize myself with all this. I've never actually done this sort of crap where I'm actually connecting to prod surreptitiously as a nefarious client. Hello, Hojokono. Yeah, I'm working on this. Still at the headbanging stage where I kind of know. We're ruling out possibilities at this point, and it can be slow to do so. Now, looks like, what, is Adam done playing? Or did everybody just get booted because they just got disconnected? Well, let's see if I can actually join this time. Not enough. What the fuck? Let's see, hex to decimal. Alright, so it's probably that I'm printing this out in the wrong way. Like it's printing out a negative number, but we actually need the 2's complement of it. So let's try that. You found your first bug, Hojokono? Well, good. You'll find a lot more of them. Oh, we'll eventually get this. Sometimes you just gotta paint a picture with blood. You just gotta go through stuff. And I'm kind of, you know, tooling around here, messing with connecting to prod and other crap like that. In confirm installation screen, it crashed one time. Looks like a Word doc. Alright, let's see. And we can't join anything because fuck. Well, maybe the hit thing I can actually reproduce locally now since I know more about it. I'll have to figure out why I can't connect to prod later. Alright. In the game state, on player added, why is there a member and an A member? Probably because basically while I'm iterating through this list, um, I'm gonna grab the member out of this thing, but I don't want to copy the player state if I don't have to. So I'm just setting a pointer to like the local variable just so I can snag this thing out of here. It's a really stupid optimization. It's really not worthwhile. But that's just what I did. Alright, we're gonna close that other client. Confirms. Yeah, it's a really dumb and not very amazing optimization, and it's actually really dumb to do it just because it saves copying what, like 5 bytes or some stupid crap. That's a zero operation, so I don't know. I wouldn't recommend doing it, but that doesn't stop me from doing it. All these clients are screwed because of the net version, aren't they? Yeah. What, Adam's just still crashing?